Hey everybody, I am David, and today I want to talk about some news that I read. Apparently, James Cameron is hoping that people get Avengers fatigue. And as someone who is a fan of superhero movies, I hate when people start talking about, superhero fatigue. And we all know it's going to happen one day, but right now we're, enjoying what we're seeing. And here's what I have to say about all of this, because he also went on to say like he hopes that people get Avengers fatigue, so that there are more stories to tell in sci-fi than just that. And look, how should I say this without saying too much? James Cameron is an egotistical maniac. We all know this. He has a stick up his ass, and the truth is he thinks his movies are the best of all time. I'm sorry, but Titanic and Avatar they're good movies. They're not great movies. Avatar just feels like Pocahontas and Dances with Wolves. And for the person who says, "Oh yeah, I want more stories," just because you put just because you put Dances with Wolves and Pocahontas in space does not mean you are being original. You are giving us another story of that caliber, that has been done a lot of times, just in a different setting. So it's interesting that you talk about, you want more sci-fi stories, but you're giving us sci-fi stories that have already been told as well in a different medium or a different way. Here's what I love about Marvel. Look, there is a formula, but guess what? With every genre, there is a formula, whether it's a comedy or a musical or a action film or a sci-fi film or a horror film, whatever. There are always beats that they're going to have to tackle. Movies like Logan, The Dark Knight, Guardians of the Galaxy, the first Iron Man film, the first Avengers film. Some people would even argue Black Panther, Captain America, The Winter Soldier. These are films that people talk about today. Notice most of them are MCU films. Those are superhero movies that people talk about today because they have helped move the genre forward. If people don't understand why the superhero genre is still successful like it is right now, even with the television shows, you can see the television shows that succeed are the ones that are pushing the television genre forward, where others might not. That's why some people are, some shows start to lose ratings. I'm not going to say Flash or Arrow. I love Flash and Arrow, but I'm not going to say the shows that are pushing the genre forward right now. No, it's shows like Daredevil or maybe even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or I would say Black Lightning right now is pushing it forward and trying to change things, trying to talk about different narratives that are helping the genre move forward. And the MCU, to this day, has been doing that the most. The reason Justice League flopped and Thor Ragnarok didn't is because Justice League was just your standard superhero movie. That's what it was. Well, Wonder Woman was something special. Black Panther, something special. They had something that was a little bit different from the other ones. It might not have been major differences, but it was something different there. And to hope that a franchise gets fatigued, let's remember this is the franchise that's getting butts into seats. And last I checked, if a lot of movies are failing and a lot of franchises begin to fail, theaters are going to have a tough time. Theaters and studios are going to have a tough time if these MCU movies begin to fail. I think you should really rethink that train of thought. Isn't the whole point of going to the theaters is to have a good time, watch a movie, be excited about it and cheer for it and whatever? And you're saying that you hope that this franchise will get fatigued? Remember, you did how many Terminator movies, you did too. Yes, they were the best ones, but you did support the last three as well, if I remember correct, or at least the last two. You said Terminator Salvation and Terminator Genesis were going to be good movies, and I enjoyed them to an extent, but a lot of other people disagree with us. So be careful where you put your mouth, what you say, because you'll look like an idiot at the end of the day. And you continue to look like an idiot, James. Look, I love my fellow Canadians. I love when there are Canadians out there representing Canada in the movie industry. I think it's always great to see new talent from Canada branch out and show what Canadians can do. But you're the one that I feel like thinks if something is better than what you have created, you get a little envious. It's interesting that you never said Star Wars fatigue, because there is going to be a Star Wars movie every year. Oh, but that's right, you are friends with George Lucas. And funny enough, I've been hearing things that the MCU might be surpassing Star Wars in its popularity. Something I've been reading a lot lately all over the online web sphere. So, I don't know. It seems like you either might be jealous of the success that the MCU continues to have and might have moving forward, or I don't know, maybe you're just too old to understand superheroes and why people love them and why people relate to them. There are characters and stories that are still untapped, and Marvel knows this. I wish DC would get on their act, look at the comics that they have, because there are so many untold stories from DC that DC hasn't even reached out into yet. So that could be another 10 years of superhero madness coming for us. But right now, Marvel knows what they're doing. They know what stories they want to tell, especially if it's true that Fantastic Four and X-Men are coming into the fold. You can guarantee it. Another 10, 20 years more of superhero movies. Get ready for it. It's going to be a long ride. You might not even make it all the way through. I don't know, maybe, unless you're still young and healthy. I don't know how old you are. I'm just predicting you're like in your 70s or 80s, because that's how my grandfather used to talk. He never liked this fantasy stuff. He never understood it. He brushed it. But then again, he also said the same thing about Avatar. So, look, that's all I wanted to say, guys. I don't want to get too much worked up into this, because it is stupid to talk about. And I think it's stupid when people in the industry themselves attack another genre for being successful. It's like, well, then make good movies with the rest of the genres that you got. I haven't seen one good video game movie yet. Rampage was a fun ride, but it wasn't anything like great. Like, if Mortal Kombat is our best video game movie, we got problems. The animation world continues to thrive against superhero movies. Why is that? Because animation has been great. Not all animated movies, but when you get your Disney and your Pixars and your DreamWorks pulling out all the stops, people will go and see it. And it will be for other movies as well. So work hard at your films, try to make better films, and then we could see more well-rounded box office. But right now, the ones that are doing the best is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because people love what they're doing. So that's all I'm going to say. Leave your thoughts, guys. Tell me what you thought of James Cameron's quotes. Did you read the article? Go and check out the article. I forgot. I think it was the IndieWire that posted it. I saw it because someone was requoting the link, so I decided to do this video and chime in on it. So, like this video if you agree with me. Subscribe to my channel, especially if you're a huge superhero fan, because if you couldn't tell, I'm very passionate about superhero movies and TV shows, whether it's Marvel or DC or other things, because I also like other things like Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles, whatever. I grew up with a lot of this stuff. And there's a lot of other things like, Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. I love it all, man. I am a huge nerd and I'm proud of it. So until next time, everybody, take care.